What's up, y'all? This is Anthony, aka Sir Kibble 2. It's 2014, so I think it's a good time to give an update on what I'll be doing on this channel. I hope you guys had a great Christmas and New Year's. Mine was actually pretty good. You notice I haven't been around, so yeah, that's basically because I've been celebrating the holidays, Christmas and New Year's and whatnot. I went to the Bay Area to see my in-laws for a week, and it was a good time. It was my second year being a part of the family, and the first 2 years were kind of uncomfortable. You know, you get married and you're now part of this new family, and you go up there for the holidays, and they were really welcoming, and they didn't give me any problems. But you know, for me personally, it was just uncomfortable. You know, I don't settle into new groups and people that easily. I like to observe. I like to kind of figure out where I fit in a place, so I'm not, you know, trying. You want to give a good first impression. That's pretty much what it comes down to. But this year was a lot better. I felt more comfortable. They were the same, but I felt a lot more comfortable, and that really made a difference. So yeah, it was a good time overall. So yeah, I was ready to come back when it was over, though. Anyway, once I got back, like I said, I was there for a week. And when I got back, I spent the next week kind of updating my channel and updating the artwork and stuff. If you notice, I changed a lot of the artwork. Now, I'm not an artist, so it probably doesn't make much artistic sense, the type of stuff I've done. But I just wanted to create some, you know, some consistent branding, even if the branding isn't all that good. I did try to look for some different artists. I can't afford to pay somebody to do some artwork, so that's largely a reason why I just made something myself. But I did try to look at other people who would just be willing to do something, and I just didn't like what their portfolio had to offer. It didn't necessarily appease me. It felt like it was just stuff you would find on any typical gaming channel, you know, with characters in the background and the name with all this other weird stuff. That was just like, okay, like I've seen that, you know, it's the name and some shiny graphic or whatever, and I was just like, I'm looking for something a little simpler. And I guess I could have got someone just to challenge them and see what they would come up with, but I didn't want to waste my time with that. I didn't feel like going through that type of process. I'm pretty particular about what I want, and when I don't get it, I'm quick to send stuff back and get revisions and stuff, and I'm not entirely sure people would want to deal with that. But that is the artistic world. I graduated with a multimedia degree, and that is the process, and a lot of people don't want to deal with that. They just want to make something and hope you like it, and if you want revisions or something, they don't want to deal with that because they have other people they have to serve. But you know, I didn't want to deal with that, so I created my own stuff. So it's probably not the best looking stuff, but to me, I think it's good enough. So, you know, if you guys got any suggestions, I'm always looking to update my channel in various ways, whether it's editing, artwork, content, whatever. I'm always thinking about ways to update it and make it better. But for 2014, you can tell the channel is called VGM Authority, and it's been that way couple of weeks even before New Year's happened. But now I feel like now that I got all the branding and stuff together, I feel like it's officially VGM Authority. And now that it's 2014 and I was off for 2 weeks, I feel like, yeah, this is a good time to kind of not restart, but start back up and get things going again. So, as you know, the channel is primarily dedicated to video game music discussion, but as you already could tell by some of the other videos, I want to talk about the industry as a whole. So I enjoy all aspects of it, but I largely think that video game music, it's got a greater presence with people, But I still don't think a lot of the bigger publications give enough time and attention to video game music, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just the way the publications are. It's hard to put an emphasis on music, especially when there's so many different other things going on in an industry. So most of the time we get news about the business aspects, the game aspects, and rightfully so. That's the stuff we should know about. Music is kind of a niche topic with bigger publications. So this is more of a niche channel, though I want to still talk about bigger game industry issues. But I also want to create a bigger discussion around video game music. I love game music. I have friends that we have discussions about music all the time, and they're good, they're fun. We share albums with each other, we share soundtracks, what you've been listening to. You know, we're trying to always listen to something new and give each other something new to listen to. So that's kind of the direction I want to take this channel. So formalities aside, there's a lot of replication on YouTube, and to an extent it's very justifiable. There's only so many ways to present game content before something new comes along that may present the next wave of copycats and refiners. So on a practical front, because I'm only one-man team right now, you might see some of that copycatting as far as editing styles goes. I have to do things that help me save time so that I can put these videos out. Obviously you have the reviewish formats with no scores of games and music, and then you have the news. That's the stuff I'm doing. You know, I have the how's the game and how's the music, which is me narrating over gameplay about how good a game is or how good music is. So yeah, that's kind of what you see elsewhere. With news, there's a lot of daily news shows. I already know that. I do want to try and do something different, and I'm not sure if I'll be able to, just because I'm a smaller channel and I may not have the access. But I'd like to get actual Q&A, whether by Skype or Google Plus or whatever, from devs concerning news topics that happen. So for example, Battlefield 4, all the issues going on with there. I would love to be able to talk to someone from DICE about the issues, and largely they just haven't been really commenting to the press at all anyway, so I doubt I would be able to get something. But that's just an example of what I would be trying to do. And so that it is probably being done somewhere on YouTube. I don't see it often. And so I'd like to get the opportunity to do that. I probably will have to start off with doing indie stuff, because indies are probably the more approachable people. But in the future, I'd like to be able to get up there with AAAs. I've done the news stuff. I've done, you know, I've been to the E3s. I've gotten some contacts and stuff. But it's different when you're on a smaller level with a channel that doesn't even have its own domain yet. So there's some challenges with, obviously, with being small, but that is a goal I am going for in 2014. I'm debating whether or not I'll continue to do news as a daily, or as topics come by. I don't know what I'm going to do with that. The nice thing about daily news that makes me do a lot of research, so I'm not presenting opinions based on imaginary facts. I have to do that for stuff I actually care about. But for stuff I'm not exactly familiar with, it allows me to get more information about things I don't really know. And I like that. I like gathering information about things that I'm unfamiliar with. It's fun. It just makes me more knowledgeable. It gives me more to work with when I'm in conversations with other people about the industry. So there's the advantage of doing that daily. The disadvantage is that it takes up a whole lot of time to do that research, and obviously that would take away time from me doing other videos. So if I don't do it daily, that means there won't be a video every day unless I do a Let's Play or something. But I'm kind of burned out on those, and I'd rather live stream playing games than record them and edit them. And I know I had the few Let's Plays with Battlefield 4, but it was a real, dissension, that's not the word I want to use, but there's a lot of different opinions about what people wanted to see. And it was just like, hey, people were like, do what you want to do. Other people were like, I want to hear facts about the game. Other people were saying you should talk about your life. And I'm like, well, that becomes a video blog. So I did some more research on what Let's Players do, and they do whatever the heck they want to do. And they slap Let's Play on there. And I kind of don't like that idea, because when I found out about Let's Plays a few years ago, I didn't have the equipment to do them, but I always found them to be that thing where if I'm sitting in my living room playing a game and they just can't, and I have other people around me playing, we're all interacting with what I'm playing, we're having a good time, and yeah, we can talk about different topics and discussion points and things like that. It doesn't have to be exactly the game. I'm fine with that, even though I would be talking about the game. But I feel like with all these different methods of Let's Playing, I feel like the heart of Let's Playing is kind of getting lost. People are slapping Let's Play on something, and basically what they're doing is vlogging. And I just don't like that idea. So I was just like, you know what, I'm just gonna abandon the Let's Plays, and unless I come up with something that I genuinely enjoy doing as a Let's Play, I'm probably just not gonna do them. If I want to record some Battlefield 4 stuff or whatever, I'll have it overlaid with content like this, or I'll just make a video blog and overlay some content with that. Video blogs don't get as much hits or whatever, but whatever, who cares? So it's not all about that. I just want to make stuff that I want to do, and Let's Plays right now is not something I really want to do. I don't mind talking about my life and updating you guys. I just don't want to put Let's Play on top of that. So I might do a daily video blog instead. That might be the better route. I'm also working on a few smaller things in 14. Whoa. Not 13, 14. I'm getting my own domain. I'm working on that. Getting a domain is super inexpensive. It really is. But when I have an erratic part-time job, and which means I don't work every day because I don't get called in for work, and I've spent money on a whole lot of other things in order to do this, it's a little more expensive than I'd like it to be. So right now I'm just waiting for that money to come in somehow, and that way I can get that WordPress.com off the back of the website so I can look a little more professional, because I don't feel good about promoting my website with VGMauthority.wordpress.com. It just doesn't sound good. So I just want to get that out and forget about it. So hopefully just get this domain out the way, finally get a real email address without Gmail or Outlook or whatever on the back of it, and go from there. So hopefully in the future I'll be able to even get some more press contacts and things like that. It'll also help me probably get some more interviews and stuff too. I already have a few that I can contact simply from the last publication I wrote for that I have a good relationship with, but it's not a whole bunch, but they know who I am and they know the work that I do, so they trust me already. But still on a professional level, that is where I want to take this. So that's what's going on. Those are some of my goals for 2014, and that